how's it going? This is gonna be a longer live because what I'm doing is I'm gonna prep 4 freezer meals right now, and then I'm gonna save this so that I can share it with more people later on. So what we've done is a teammate and I have taken 4 of the recipes that come out of this season's best, and uses the 3 seasoning from the season's best bundle, and we created 4 freezer meals. So I decided to do it today so that I have them in my freezer for this upcoming week, and we don't even have to think twice about our meals because Anthony starts back on his shifts on Monday, I'm back to work, and between the kids and volleyball, we just need to be able to pull, make, and go. So the 4 recipes we're gonna be making are the, let's see if I can find them in here, taco chili mac, the chicken nochi soup, but I actually didn't get the chicken nochis, I got the cheese nochi noodles, but there will be chicken in it, obviously. Honey sriracha chicken, and then one of our favorites that we converted into taco seasoning is the tater top shepherd's pie. So we're gonna make those for tonight. And what's really awesome is I have all of the instructions and the shopping list and everything in a PDF form. So if you are interested in getting the season's best bundle, then I can send you this and you can do it on your own time. All right, so the first one that we're gonna do today is the tater top beef shepherd's pie. And before I came live today, what I did is I cooked my hamburger and I cooked my chicken. So there's 2 chicken recipes and 2 hamburger recipes. So I cooked it all beforehand and prepped it so that I can make these as quickly as possible. All right, so let's get started. So in the first one, we need a medium onion. The onions that I got were quite small, so I'm gonna do 2 small onions. And I'm just using the veggie wedger to chop these quickly. And what we're gonna do is we are going to throw it in here with our hamburger and 2 garlic cloves. Actually, what I think I might do is now that they're chopped, I'm gonna throw them into the simple slicer, or the quick slice, sorry, to get them a little bit finer. I've been trying to do this for like the last 2 hours, but the kids just weren't cooperating, so here I am doing it right now. Let's see here. So there's a couple different tools that you can use to chop. Obviously the veggie wedger there, we have the quick slice here, the rapid prep mandolin. I have them all out right now. I actually prefer the rapid prep mandolin just because it keeps the onions out of your eyes as well. I'm already tearing up. All right, so some of them are chopped, there we go. Some are quartered, and we're gonna throw in 2 pressed garlic cloves. So the awesome thing about the garlic press is you don't have to take the peeling off. Press that in there. If I was cooking this as I was prepping it, because I double batched my hamburger, I did not cook my garlic and my onions with my hamburger, but it is gonna cook afterwards anyway, like when I go to prep it on the day that we eat it. So that's all right. And if I was doing it individually, I would have thrown my garlic and my onion in with my hamburger when I was prepping it and then let it cool all together. But this is the fun about freezer meals, is you're going to cook it after you let it defrost, so it's all good. There's just certain things that you want to make sure are cooked before you start adding. All right, so that is in there. And then we're going to also add, move some of this over, a can of diced tomatoes and a can of, 3/4 of a can of tomato paste. One-third of a can of tomato paste, sorry. So let's do that. Hey, anyone who's watching, I am quickly prepping, fingers crossed, 4 freezer meals right now. And I will share these, so if you don't want to stay on and watch the whole time, you can definitely rewatch this afterwards. I'm going to save it and share it probably as a YouTube link later so that it doesn't leave the Facebook world like most videos do. do. All right, so in here we've got our cold ground beef mixture, 2 cups of frozen peas and carrots, which I have to add, a can of petite diced tomatoes, undrained, 1/3 of a cup of tomato paste, which we're getting to. Just need to grab a spoon. And we're gonna use our measure-all cup for that. There we go. Perfect. The worst part about prepping ahead like this, and it's definitely not a bad thing, it's just the cleanup afterwards. So now you can see that there is some tomato paste left. I'm gonna put that aside because a really good hack is you can take this small scoop, scoop it out onto like a small stone bar pan, freeze it. Once they're frozen, throw them in a baggie or a reusable bag instead of wasting the rest of the can. So we're gonna do that after the fact so that we're not wasting anything. All right, so we need 2 cups of frozen peas and carrots. And I do have some corn and green bean in this mixture as well. But this is the one we used last time. I really liked it. Gotta get my kitchen shears out. So 2 cups, nearly the whole bag. And then 2 tablespoons of everything taco seasoning, which was one of the seasonings that's included in the Season's Best bundle. There's 1. And in the background, in our multi-cooker right now, I'm actually cooking a roast with turnip and carrot and potatoes. So that's gonna actually be done for supper right around the time I'm done making these 4 meals. So we're technically making 5 at once. And 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinaigrette. So I'm actually gonna use the opposite side here. I know it's a little bit dirty, but that's okay. It's dirty on the other side, not this side. Oops, overpoured. There we go. All right. So you're gonna need the contents to mix and squeeze out as much air as possible. So right now I'm just gonna close it and I wanna mix it all together so it kind of looks like a meatloaf type of thing by the time we're done. And you're just kneading it all together so that it mixes in. Woo. Making sure it stays closed. I think I just broke my seal on that, but that's all right. We'll fix that in a second. All right, there we go. So it opened and closed. So now I'm gonna open it up and I wanna get as much air out of this mixture as possible. There's a really cool water trick that you can do is if you have like a really big bowl and you fill it with water and you can submerge the contents into the water and then leave the part that has nothing in it above the water and it'll actually vacuum seal your bag for you really well. But for now, we're just going to do the whole fold down and squeeze type of routine. So that's that bag. So that is done. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna have 4 cups of potato nuggets. So you can use the little hash browns. Well, what I found that I really like using for this recipe is this breakfast shredded hash browns. So they are just shredded potatoes essentially, and they're frozen. And I'm not even gonna take them out of the bag because we're gonna use the whole bag when we're ready to make this supper. But if you use taters, what you would do is you would take 4 cups of taters, you would pour them into, you know what? I'll just do it so it stays all together. You're gonna do 4 cups and you're gonna pour it into another large Ziploc bag. This way here you guys can see what this looks like. I feel like Amy's coming back in to help, so could be interesting. There she is.
There's a wasp nest on top of our roof.
There's a wasp nest on top of our roof?
Yeah.
That's not good. Stay away from it. There we go. All right. So, you're gonna leave that down at the bottom. So this is just the shredded hash brown topping. So when we used it last
time. We got a wasp nest on top of our roof. We got a wasp nest on top of our roof.
They heard you. All right, so then what you're gonna do is, let's just clean this up, is you would,
and we need to get spray to spray the wasps off of the wasp nest.
Yep, you're right. Let me just look and see if she has any bigger Ziploc bags.
And last night I think it blew on our house.
All right, so now what you do is if this isn't frozen, maybe I can break it up a little bit. It won't take up as much room. And then, Amy, all you're gonna do is you're gonna get the air out of this as well. And then you're gonna put both of these directly into another large freezer bag. And then what we've done is for all of the recipes, we have created day of cooking instructions. So you're going to cut them in half because there's 2 per page. See, bud? And then you're gonna pile it all into one bag so that you know exactly what you need for this meal. So on the bottom, I always put the meat. I did not get the right kind of bag, but Amy was grocery shopping with me and she was like, get the Christmas ones. Well, they're not as roomy as the other ones. You're gonna put the taters in. We're gonna throw the recipe for day of cooking in so that you can see it. And then we're gonna seal, hopefully. A little bit more room. There we go. It all together. So there's recipe number 1. So the day of, you don't need any additional ingredients. All you're gonna do is you're gonna preheat the oven. You're gonna add the thawed mixture to like a rock crock or a medium rectangular baker. You're gonna top it with the potato nuggets. You're gonna cook it uncovered for 30 to 35 minutes and that's it. So that one's done. That's number 1. We're gonna work on our second hamburger meal now, which is our taco chili mac and cheese. So I've got everything I need here. Half of Amy's eating carrot. And just give me 1 second to organize. So we're still gonna need our taco mac. Or everything taco, sorry, for the taco mac. And all I do during freezer meals is I throw all my garbage off to the side and deal with it after. Same with my dishes. All right, so for this one, we need onions, red pepper, black beans, tomato sauce or tomato soup, hamburger, and tortilla chips, and 8 ounces of cheddar cheese, which I would normally get shredded, but for purposes today, I did not because I wanted to be as fast as possible. I love our graters, our multi-blade graters, and I use them most of the time. Okay, so we're set up to do number 2 now, which is our taco chili mac. It is delicious, you guys. It makes 6 servings. We had to pre-cook the hamburger again. It's 1 pound of hamburger, and we are going to add, just 1 second. that to a large bag. There we are. I am going to add 2 tablespoons of everything taco to my mixture, which again, if I was cooking the hamburger by itself, I would have cooked it in the everything taco seasoning, but it's okay. We're gonna add it and knead it in. Here we are, and these actually fit right in too, if you have enough like to scoop it out. The smaller one fits perfectly that you can get down there and scoop it itself as well. All right, so let's loosely close that and just work that in. And set that aside for right now. We're gonna cut the tops off of our red pepper. There we are. I highly suggest having a compost bag right beside you when you're meal prepping or freezer meal prepping. And I'm grabbing my scoop loop so that I can just get all of the guts out of my red pepper. Really great for pumpkins too. And then I'm going to use the quick slice to slice this. So again, depending how you want this, I want it kind of chopped. So I'm gonna slice it once, like that. And then I'm gonna put it back in and slice it the other way. I had a piece there that didn't really slice, so that it's chopped. Nice and fine pieces. And I'm gonna add these into the large bag with the hamburger. And we're gonna do the other piece. So some nice slices, big slices, and then just feed it through the opposite way. There we are, to get it diced. A couple of pieces got stuck. There we are. So that is done. Then in there, we're also going to use our veggie wedger again to slice up our onions. All right, how are we doing? What do you guys think of the recipe so far? This is going to be all the prep I need for the entire week. Friday we'll do something different, but this is like Monday to Thursday evenings covered, which is great because between volleyball for myself coaching and Amy started hockey today. Anthony's working, they're both in daycare. It's busy. And I'd rather eat from home than eat takeout or grab something that we don't really like. Go. All right, onions in. You could chop it even finer than that if you wanted, but that's gonna be just fine. A can of black beans, drained and rinsed. So I'm going to use, I'll show you in a second. And then you need a can of like tomato sauce or tomato soup. My eyes are watering again from that onion. Whew. Next up, I'm using the rapid prep. There we go. spatula. All right, so our can drainer is what I'm gonna use to drain the beans. I'm just gonna get this sauce in here. This is just tomato basil soup. I may have forgot to get the tomato sauce, but this works just fine with the extra spice that's in it. We have done this before as well. All right, so there that goes. Now, what we're gonna do is so to drain the beans, this goes on top and you push down and tip it over the sink to drain it. And then I'm gonna add water and just drain it again. And I'll show you what it looks like. So for the bigger cans, it fits right in and you push down. If you have a smaller can, you would flip it the other way and drain it that way. So it is multi-purpose that way. So pour the beans right in there. Get rid of this stuff. And make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so that's it for this bag. So again, we're going to try to knead it together as much as we can, because this is your base that you're cooking. And on the day of, there is a couple of ingredients, I believe. No additional ingredients for this one either. I thought there may have been some beef broth, but I don't think so. Oh, yep, there is. You're gonna add 2.5 cups of beef broth and 1 cup of milk to simmer and stir once you add this to your skillet, once you bring it to a boil. And then what you do is you're gonna top it with, and I'm just folding this over here because we're gonna do a small bag of Tostitos. Really cool. Tostitos just came out with strips. These work really good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill this bag. You need 2 cups of crushed Tostitos. So I always measure about 2.5 cups. Put it in the bag. And then you can use like a rolling pin or a meat tenderizer. And then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna break it all up. And this is like the topping that's gonna go on top of the mixture that we made, as well as some cheese. So I'm gonna add a little bit more because I know that we want some more of this as our topping. And that's gonna be about enough. Okay, and then in this, we're gonna add 1 cup of cheese. And I'm gonna add another teaspoon of the everything taco, so that the topping has some seasoning in it as well. You can mix this up or you can leave it as is. It goes on the top after the mixtures come to a boil before you put it into the oven. And then we're just gonna close this tightly with as little amount of air as possible. And again, we're gonna pop both mixtures and the cheese and the Tostitos into a bigger bag. The only downfall about the FreezerMeal is you're not saving plastic, but if you had a bunch of reusable big size bags, you could. And then we're gonna throw this in here. And then on the day of, I know I need beef broth and milk. I already bought my beef broth. That's why I don't have it on my added items that are needed. And it takes about 10 minutes to come to like a simmer, and then you're gonna put it in the oven with the mixture for 10 minutes. And then there's a sour cream mixture that you make that you drizzle over top as well. So I'm just gonna take some air out of this one. But while it's cooking, you take like a cup of sour cream, add a little bit of the seasoning, mix it all up, and then you drizzle over the top before you serve it. So there's meal number 2. Okay, let's get a little organized here for meal 3. All right, so meal 3 is our honey sriracha chicken. My chicken is still on the stove over there, so I am gonna have to grab that after. Where is my day of cooking? There we go. I'm gonna cut these 2 in half. So that's our chicken nochi soup and our honey sriracha. So those are ready. And now I'm just gonna look here and see what I gotta do. So I pre-cooked 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, which I cut in thirds and I let cool. So now I'm gonna place those into a large bag. I don't think I took the bags out yet. Paint your nails after this, yep. What color?
Maybe one of each color.
Okay. Can you say hi to the people that are watching?
Huh?
You gonna say hi to the people that are watching?
We're gonna paint my nails.
All right. So we've got our chicken in here.
I'm gonna get my nail painted.
So we need a large bell pepper, 2 onions, garlic, zucchini, broccoli, and honey sriracha. And we're gonna, Amy, don't do that, please. Cut the tops off of our bell pepper again. Amy, careful, please. Use our scoop loop. Did you get one?
Mm-hmm.
We are going to use our quick slice again. We're gonna leave these ones sliced. So just sliced in quarters. Add that in with the chicken. I'm actually gonna slice my onion this time around as well. Again, I could be using my rapid prep for this or this quick slice, depending on how you want it cut. You'll see some different suggestions if you have the PDF as to what you could do or use. All right. Got our onions ready, peeled. I'm gonna use a quick slice for this one because I'm gonna cut the zucchini up as well. No. I'm just thinking zucchini is not for this one. Zucchini is for my soup. So we're not gonna cut the zucchini, so let's stick with the quick slice. And then lastly, we are going to dice up our broccoli and press our garlic. So we're soon to be done recipe number 3 here for our freezer meal. And like I said, if you don't want to stick around and watch the whole thing, I am going to post it using a YouTube link so that you can revisit it if you have these 3 spices and want to do this yourself one day. But I know we're going to be happy when we know what we're eating the next 4 nights. Don't get me wrong, more than likely going to have to make some different things for the kids. All right, so you want to just kind of have it broken down into like bite-sized pieces because it's going to be like a stir fry, right? And your honey sriracha is going to be added the day of, I believe. Let me just double check. All right, we are going to, I'm just double checking. I'm gonna add the honey sriracha, 1 tablespoon. I'm gonna check my, just 1 sec. I think there's something missing on that one. Here's our garlic. Just 1 sec. I'm just going to double check here. The honey sriracha recipe is missing the small bag of ingredients. So just, I will add that to the PDF. I'm now noticing that it needs to be added for your seasoning. So I'll pull it out of here. There it is. All right, so in a small Ziploc bag, we are going to add a tablespoon of honey sriracha, a tablespoon of soy sauce, and a 1/4 cup of honey with a 1/2 of lime juice. There we go. I knew I was missing something. So let's do that. So, tablespoon of honey sriracha, tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce, quarter of a cup of honey, which I'm going to petite measure all for because that is perfect for a quarter.
Yeah.
And a half a lime. I think I might use the whole lime because we have little limes. Juiced. So this is gonna be like your seasoning or like your dressing for your stir fry.
Can I use some honey?
Yeah, just don't make a mess. And we do have a citrus juicer as well, which we could be using. I just didn't want to go looking for it right now. Amy. All right, there we go. So mix that in. And this is your seasoning, your dressing. So you're gonna, again, try to get as much air out of this as possible. And the day of, you could serve this over rice if you wanted. You could add in chow mein noodles, things like that. But here is recipe number 3. And I could have put the veggies, actually I'm gonna put the veggies in because that paper is going to get wet. Do it this way. Get the air out. Take this dressing, put it on top. Add everything to a bigger bag and put the instructions in so they don't get wet. Okay, that's good. Amy, what did you just help me cut up a while ago for supper and put in the pot? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Was it turnip?
Yeah, turnip.
Turnip. Are you going to try that for supper? You're going to try some. All right, recipe 3. Done. Came in a little late. Will there be a video? Yes, I am going to save this and post it with a video link for anyone that missed it, anyone that wants to try it on their own time. It will be posted once it uploads. Phone is dying. That's not good. Okay, if my phone dies before I finish this last one, I will record it and add it, but hopefully it doesn't die before that. I don't have a long enough cord to plug it in. So that was honey sriracha. Next up is chicken nochi soup, and it actually I am gonna do it quick. Okay, I'll try to do this one as quickly as possible. Okay, so a couple of different ways to do this. You could cook up 4 chicken breasts, shred it, or you can buy already shredded chicken. Like I said, sometimes we take the easy way out around here, and it's all good. So, in one large bag, wedge 1 onion using the veggie wedger. You guys see how I use this in every recipe? I am only going to do 1 onion for this because this is a decent sized onion. And I want to do this quickly. Can you stop eating honey, please?
No, honey is my favorite.
Well, that's good, but you don't want to eat too much of it.
Why?
It might make your stomach feel hurt. We don't want that. All right. Let's wedge 1.
Look how big my bed is.
And we're putting our chicken. So it's about 3 cups of chicken that you wanted shredded. Oh dear. That's what happens when you try to go quickly. Good thing Anthony's outside and not seeing this mess right now. So chicken, onion, which you could chop smaller in the food processor. 2 cups of firmly packed spinach leaves, which are in here. We're gonna do 3/4 of a pound of potatoes and 2 medium carrots peeled and julienne. So I'm actually going to take, all right, so there's your spinach firmly packed. And I'm gonna use the rapid cut mandolin to julienne my potato, or my carrots, sorry. So I am gonna use the veggie wedger for the potatoes. There's your carrot. So we supported a dance fundraiser and got like 20 pounds of veggies before Thanksgiving, so we're still picking away at that. I am looking for my veggie peeler to peel my potatoes. These were like right out of the ground the night before they delivered them, so I have already washed these and scrubbed them with my Norwex vegetable cloth to get like the dirt off of them. Talk about fresh PEI potatoes. How are we doing with my phone? We're in the red. Never good.
Well, almost to the red.
I know. I did measure my
Want me to
potatoes.
help you so we can do it as a teamwork?
I would love that, but unfortunately what I'm doing is a little bit sharp right now. But you can help me with the rapid cut mandolin here in a second. Can you put that away, please?
Nope, I can't.
You can't? Oh, okay.
At least it's hiding.
All right, so we are going to, I'm just reading my instructions and I did it a little bit backwards. My onion was supposed to, my spinach is supposed to go with my onion. Oh no, and my potatoes and my carrots, okay. We're gonna do the zucchini and the gnocchi in another bag. Amy, can you not do that, please? That doesn't feel very nice. So you can use this peeler on both, or you can use the smaller peeler. This is like you could use the vegetable peeler on the carrots too. Amy, what did I ask? I might have to get you to go out with Daddy after.
No, I don't.
All right, so we've got everything peeled. Let's get rid of that, Amy. That's not very kind. Was it? A stool?
No, I'm okay. Can I try to do
So we just
Can I try to do
quartered our potatoes.
that?
Yeah.
Me?
Okay, just careful. Your hands have to be out on the handles. Ready?
No, I can't see.
Right here.
I'm not ready.
Okay.
I need a spoon.
Okay, well I have 2 others, so go get the stool. Or just bring that stool over. Amy, you're fine. What happened? I got your stool right here.
It's really good.
Oh, because Daddy rolled his ankle at ball hockey? And he's also fine? Alright. Move this stuff out of the way. Alright, so our potatoes are going to go in here. Oh, just a second. Can I help you with that, please? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Oh, are you lined up? Here, let's go for a sec. Go this way. I think it'll be easier for you. Ready? There you are.
Honey, make me feel better.
Really? And then we're gonna julienne our carrot using our rapid prep mandolin. So on the back of the rapid prep mandolin, there's 3 different settings. There is like the circle slice, the thick fry slice, and the thin. So we're gonna go over to the thin. And I want it as thin as possible. So I'm gonna, or well, maybe not as thin as possible, but I'm gonna go on 2 instead of 1. And then we're going to take the tops off our carrots. Almost. And feed them through. Lock it up. Take our carrots and even the few that flew out. Now, in a small bag, we're gonna add
I put out the candle.
all right, carrots go in the big bag. Did you? And that's that. And then in the small bag, we're gonna add the nochi, which is our noodles, and it said to use potato nochi. So I've got potato, but it's also got cheese in it. And it's just like the round noodles, the stuffed noodles like that. And our zucchini cut into 1/2-inch pieces. And in here, we're gonna put a tablespoon of garlic parmesan seasoning with.
I want a bowl.
For what?
For me to put my nose in. Because I like my nose. Can I have a bowl?
Yeah, just 1 second.
Why don't you cut my cucumber?
That's not cucumber, it's zucchini.
Oh, can I try a piece?
No, because it's not cooked.
Wait, can I try a piece?
Amy, it's not cooked, it won't taste good.
It's not cooked.
No.
I need a bowl, please.
Well, that was a very nice way of asking. Sure. What do you need a bowl for? There you go.
Thanks.
All right. Clean that off. So no one said freezer meal workshops are pretty by any means. They create quite a disaster, but the cleanup time is it doesn't take that long because we used a lot of the same tools. And you know the end result is that you're ready for your meals to be picked out of the freezer at all times. All right, there's that in there. We're gonna take the air out, fold that over, kind of mix that up with a little bit if we can. Take the air out of here. So this one probably has the most prep work on day of because you do have to make like the soup base the day of by whisking together some butter. So you're making an Alfredo sauce. So you're gonna melt butter, stir in flour until it's golden brown, and then 2 cups of milk. And then you are gonna pour like the onion and salt and chicken, like this whole mixture in. And then you're gonna add 8 cups of broth, your sauce together, bring everything to a boil, and about 5 minutes before serving, you're gonna add this. So, not bad for making 4 recipes, you guys. And we're gonna test them all this week, and I'll let you know how they taste. And I'm just gonna wrap this up by putting these all in a big freezer bag. I'm gonna make a couple of adjustments to the PDF before I send it out to those of you that I have on my list, because there's a couple things I would do a little differently. And maybe it was me reading today a little differently than what I was doing when we made these up. But there's just a couple things I wanna add before sharing. throw this in here.
Mama.
And we are done. So we've got 4 full meals ready to go in the freezer and pull out and cook throughout the week. Normally what I do with my freezer meal workshops is I don't do these on my VIP page or my customer page. I will do them in an individual group for people that are interested. Oh my goodness.
I just did like 3 packs.
Okay, that's it. No more.
I sneaked it up on you.
Uh-huh, you sure did. So I'm thinking the month of November would be an excellent time to do a freezer meal workshop, which means I will be putting it out there in October, ordering the product for you, the spices that you need, and setting a date in November that we can come on live on Zoom and make them together like we did last year. So if you're interested in that, just comment down below. Or if you liked any of the products that we use, because you know, I do sell the Pampered Chef products, you can go to the top and see our mystery host party because there's a good shopping link in there. It's already up to $145 in free rewards and will be drawn at the end of October. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm going to edit the PDF a little bit and then I will send it out to anybody who would like it. Comment below if you'd like to see these recipes in PDF form on how to make them a freezer meal workshop. Okay, talk to you later, guys.